afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and this is my friend and co-host, Heather.
Hi,
How are you doing?
Sorry.
Doing okay today, Heather?
Huh?
Are
Yes,
you doing okay today?
we're doing good.
Good. Us too. Sassy's asleep over here on my right.
Yeah,
She comes in now for all the shows.
and Zena's on my field.
Of course she is. Hello, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the Crone Zone. Today, we're going to talk about Crones and Crone Wisdom. But before we get to that, Heather's got cards for us, for
Yeah,
the collective today. And I want to say a shout out to our Silver Fox who might be watching. And hope you're having a good day. Good afternoon, White Dragon. How are you? I'm terrific. Heather's disappeared, but I'm good.
I am so sorry. I dropped a card, so I had to pick it up because,
Oh, what did the cards say today, girl?
yeah, Zena's really good about getting a hold of cards.
I bet. Hi, Albertine.
This is us, and usually we feel like we're worthy, and we're doing good.
And that's the card worthy?
Worthy, and usually that's how we feel. But sometimes there's some music that comes along, and if we listen to the words, we all of a sudden don't feel worthy. And it puts you down. So sometimes that's an issue for you. But while you're going through all that, your soul is saying, hey, we're gifted. We can do what we want. We can do it. We can do it. And your body is saying, hey, look, we're just rejuvenating. We're great. We're great. And they're saying that if you write about everything that you are doing, that you will be back to feeling worthy, and that music won't mean a thing, and you'll be back to being the caretaker of the world like you are.
All of us are, aren't we?
Yep.
That's nice reading.
Thank you.
Good. Well, we're going to talk about Crone Wisdom today.
Yeah.
What it is.
Unusual picture.
I thought it was beautiful. But the only thing is, when you put it in slide, it stretches them out. I had a really hard time finding something that was even halfway would work because of the way it stretches everything. But what can you do? Hey, how are you doing today? She's a cronette. Our Jay's a cronette. She's not old enough to be a crone, but she sure got crone wisdom for a youngin'. So I call you youngsters cronettes. So what is a crone? She's the wise one, the healer, the counselor, the warrior, and the goddess. We're all those things. And even reading that just gives me chills. I don't know why. But the concept of the crone represents an essential aspect of feminine wisdom and inner knowing. Let me put this on. I love this one. The crone, she's winter, night, outer space, the abyss, menopause, advancement of age, wisdom, counsel, the gateway to death and reincarnation, and the initiator into the deepest of mysteries and prophecies. Don't you love that definition of a crone? I think that's beautiful. Anyway, the concept of the crone represents an essential aspect of feminine wisdom and inner knowing, an archetype deeply rooted in the collective unconscious. The crone serves as a symbol of guidance and transformation throughout our different stages of life. This powerful figure, associated with the later years of womanhood, embodies the transformation and personal growth that can be achieved through introspection and connection to ourself. In many spiritual traditions, the feminine journey is represented by the three distinct archetypes: the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Each of these stages holds its unique significance, with the crone being the epitome of spiritual maturity and self-realization. The revered crone carries with her the knowledge and insights gathered from her life's journey, and she uses this wisdom to guide others through the challenging pathways of life.
Well, let's face it, they are challenging.
Amen.
The origins of the word crone can be traced back to the terms Cronus, which signifies time, and highlights the invaluable wisdom that can only be acquired through the accumulation of experiences and the passage of years. The term crone is also connected to the word crown, signifying the woman's ability to confidently embody her true nature and proudly wear the mantle of her hard-earned wisdom. The crone archetype transcends the negative stereotypes of an ugly old woman and instead embraces the mad image of a wise, compassionate, and authentic embodiment of feminine power. She often serves as a spiritual mentor, guiding and nurturing those who seek her insight and counsel. Through her deep connection to the mysteries of life and death, the crone is a symbol of the cyclical nature of existence and the transformative power inherent in every stage of human experience. The spiritual significance of the crone lies not only in the vast wisdom that she has, but also in her capacity to inspire others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. Have you noticed that just because we're older, people will stop and ask us a question?
It's true.
I have.
It's true. And it's so sad because when I thought of a crone, I thought of an old hag, an old witchy woman.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. I'm a
No.
crone. I may still have witchy hair, but that's all right. The crone represents wisdom and repose, death and endings, and is represented by the waning moon, the direction the west, and water. Literature describes the crone archetype as a pre-existent form in the collective unconscious that embodies instinctive ways of channeling wisdom, inner knowing, and intuition, guiding us through the transition of life and going inward to bring forth the light for transformation. The crone aids us through transitions, drawing us inward during difficult times and bringing meaning to the shadow side of us that dies and comes to life again. See, we never get rid of that shadow. We just think we do. It dies and it comes back. So we get to deal with it again. There was a period of approximately 20 to 30,000 years in world history where the focus of worship was on the triple goddess. The three faces of the goddess corresponded to the basic stages of development in women: the maiden, the mother, the crone. As maiden, the goddess represents youthfulness and anticipation of life, the matrix of creation, which will, when the time is right, produce.
Yep. The mother symbolizes the physical desire, mental will, and spiritual love that goes together to create on many levels. Finally, the crone, often the most feared and least understood of the three aspects of the goddess. It deals with death and the end of cycles. She is winter, night, outer space, the abyss, menopause, advancement of age, wisdom, and counsel, the gateway to death and reincarnation, and the initiator of the deepest of mysteries and prophecies. Once the era of goddess worship passed, the crone lost their place of honor. Through the ages, they were often misconstrued at best, and at worst, reviled as hags or witches.
Yep. The crones of the original matriarchal communities were women past the age of menopause, in whom the blood of life no longer appeared outside the body. It was assumed that during pregnancy, when the magic blood of the female was used to support the creation of life, this retained blood was also the source of wisdom for the aged mothers. Interesting, huh? Never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Once menopause was completed, the woman became a crone or a grandmother, with a meaning considerably different from the one we generally know today. The term grandmother meant grandmother image, and mother meant the goddess of all life, death, and birth. It was the job of all crones to assist people in dying or welcoming souls through the birthing ceremonies. The crone was also the teacher who facilitated the ability to see the future as well as the past. She was the keeper of the details of all people's lives. She eschewed imbalance, and with both love and sadness for any pain experienced in the process, she was the one who meted out justice, and she provided guidance in the search for truth.
Mhm. The wisdom of the crone comes only after learning the lessons of non-judgment and compassion. Through these lessons, the crone becomes the balancing scales between light and dark and between life and death. She is free. She's selfless, yet she loves herself. She is kind, yet she knows when to be harsh. She's compassionate and she's wise. The healthy crone energy is a catalytic force, able to stand at the crossroads, synthesize complexity, and bridge between extremely divergent people, worlds, and ideas so that something new and better can arise.
You have some water, girl.
Excuse me.
I just want to say hi to Morella and Teresa and Albertine. Thanks for joining us today.
Now, as with all aspects of the goddess, the crone is not only found within the aged, she is in all beings at all times.
Men and women.
Yep. She can be present in men and women, young and old, though age may very likely come before her lessons are fully realized.
Yes. Okay. We have a slide. Signs you're becoming a crone. We've become invisible to society. Our outward appearance begins to lose its power to attract, charm, and beguile. We must evolve from our superficial outer identity and create a new kind of beauty, one of confidence, power, and inner knowing. Our bullshit meter has gone up. Indeed, it has. Clarity and truth become superpowers, and we begin to see through the crap people in society try to feed us. We begin to care less and less what other people think, and may even tell them as much. We've become selfish. The mother archetype tends to be selfless. She put the needs of the people and things she cares about ahead of her own needs. But as we progress towards becoming a crone, instead of being selfless, you start to becoming selfish, asking yourself what it is you want out of life.
Yeah, and getting back to the first one, that we start to lose our quote looks. You know, I look in the mirror and I don't say, "Ah, you're gorgeous," or "You look great." I say, "Yeah, you're okay." You know, so our standards lower. And then the number 4 is the search begins.
Jay's asking if you're okay. Maybe you could just tell her why you got a bit of a cough.
Oh, I am okay. This is the 3rd day of allergy attack. Somebody cleaned their bathroom with Clorox, and I am really allergic. And somehow or other, it made it up through all the vents and filled my apartment and just about killed me. I felt like. Anyway, it's just an allergic reaction to it, and it's almost gone. I feel so much better today. I am doing great. I just wish I knew who did that so that I could say, please don't do that again.
Yeah.
Instead, I closed my bathroom door so that if it comes in, it stays in there.
Ugh, that's terrible. I know how allergic you are.
Yeah, it was something. Anyway,
Marilla says, open your windows. I'm sure she did.
Yeah, did. Not enough. Anyway, so we begin our search. And that one question opens a Pandora box. What do I want out of life? And it's a box of possibilities. And we may find ourselves questioning a lot about our life. What do I really believe in? What would I like to do with my free time? Do I want to stay in this career, this marriage? Who do I want to be? What do I like? We can tell you what we don't like, but what do you like? And so
That's
the
true.
soul search for answers begins. The key is to remember to stay open and curious to the choices and the possibilities that are out there for your life. And then there's intuition. Now that's our real superpower. Women are intuitive beings. As mothers, we are known to have eyes in the back of our heads. My oldest
I
stepson.
think my mother had eyes in the back of her head and also arms in the back. Laugh is silly in the back seat of the car. We
my
miss
oldest, yeah, and my oldest stepson thinks I'm magic because he came home on the bus and he says, I said, what were you doing? How did you break the bathroom window? And the first words out of his mouth was, they said they wouldn't tell you. I said, they didn't. I just threw him for a loop. He had jumped up and banged what he thought was wood and it broke the window.
Oops.
Oops. Anyway, so they think we have eyes in the back of our heads and all sorts of tricks. But as we get older and have less outer responsibilities to clutter our minds, our intuition really begins to ramp up. We're becoming selfish and beginning to get to know ourselves once again, maybe even for the first time. We've been so inundated with everything that we are supposed to be doing that we never really knew who we were.
No, I definitely think that there's a lot of women our age that are clueless because they've spent their life as 50s housewives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
You know, with that, once your husband dies and you are on your own and have to figure out who you are, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
Divorce or whatever, becoming single, the way that we were raised, baby boomers were raised, it's different now. Women are much more independent. Younger women are much more independent minded than we were.
And we do a better job now of telling them to be.
Absolutely.
Now, we may become more introverted or relish quiet times. We explore our likes, our passions, and following our curiosity. We're relying on our gut instincts and using our intuition as our guide. We may find that we prefer our own company and find peace with thoughts in your head. We may prefer our counsel, what we think, over that of what other decision makers think.
So I absolutely depend on what my intuition tells me. I don't depend on anybody else.
Yeah, it just
I'll listen and I'll read and research, but ultimately it's.
Yeah, when my kids grew up, I said, okay, you are your own person, but do me the courtesy of listening to what I say and then do whatever it is that you're going to do. But at least listen to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They thought too.
Yep. We gain true confidence, true self-confidence. When you rely on your own intuition more than the opinions and expectations of others, an amazing thing happens. You begin to truly stand in your own power and become the most authentic version of yourself, which is all any of us want, right? To be able to stand in our power and be the best version of ourselves. That's all I want. This is you expressing your beauty from within. People begin to notice you once again because you shine with the kind of power that attracts others to you. The choice is now yours as to whether you want to remain invisible to the outer world and quietly shine your light to a select group, or whether you want to stand in this power and show the world who you really are. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes Spirit says, Go do it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you have true wisdom. Crone takes everything that she has learned over her lifetime, all her experiences, her loves, her losses, her triumphs, and her failures, and synergizes them into her own unique wisdom. But it's not enough to be intuitive, confident, and knowledgeable. The truly wise crone understands that she has a new role in life, that of a mentor. For what good is all this knowledge and wisdom if nobody else learns from it? It takes a woman with an understanding of two of the most basic of human needs to evolve into a modern crone. Those needs are connected and community, connection. More than ever, the world needs the comfort and certainty that wisdom and experience from a life well lived can give. The voice of expertise and mastery, combined with the sageness of maturity and wisdom, assures us that there is hope.
There is hope. Exactly, White Dragon. Make you a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
You really, really need to say there is hope because they've lost all.
Yes. The crone is the wise woman within who can consciously generate healing power. She is the symbol of inherent wisdom that comes from experience. She has lived through love, sorrow, hope, and fear, coming out of it all a wise and confident spirit. She has learned the lessons of non-judgment and compassion. She has learned the secrets of life and death and the mysteries beyond this world. Yesterday's hippies and flower children are today's crones who are ready to finish the work we began decades ago. We are conscious not only of the feminine principle, but of the wisdom held in mass by all the bold and savvy girls in the 60s who have now come of age as crones. We are the wise ones, the healers, the counselors, the warriors, the goddesses. And then I have, I think, another one. Affirmation of the crone. Use this affirmation to seek the wisdom of the crone within. You are the source of eternal knowledge that leads to the completion of the spirit. Let my soul seek your lessons and strive to understand your mysteries. I will not fear the darkness, for I know you wait for me within it. I thought that was quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a couple of others.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't read that.
I'm not
If
sure
you guys want to read the Crone's Creed, it's brilliant, but I cannot read that on my. Can you read it, Heather?
I think I might. Okay. Let me know if I get too close. I will be mindful, living in the moment, and fully aware of my surroundings. I will not dwell on the past or worry about the future. I will focus on what I am doing while I am while I'm doing it. I will attune myself to the world around me, the most powerful source of magic, strength and wisdom, the sky above and the earth below, the moon and the trees all have wisdom to impart. I will treat others with respect and I will practice compassion. I will try to remember that there is a spark of divine in each and every one of us, and that we are worthy of respect and kindness, patience and compassion for others at difficult times. Times it can have profoundly healing effects on others for ourselves.
Let me read the next one. I think I can do it. I don't.
Yay, okay.
I know your poor throat. I will be good to myself. I will treat my physical metabolism with the reverence it deserves, honoring this singular magical vessel with the best offerings available. Good, healthy food, fresh air, and clean water, pleasant surroundings, and happy activities such as meditation, rambling in the woods, yoga, tai chi, ecstatic dancing, singing, chanting, and laughing. I will remember that happy and ecstatic experiences have great healing powers and that my body has as much a part of my magical work as my mind is. Cool.
Coloring books too.
I will learn to accept and love myself, and in so doing, be healed. We do not choose the families we were born into. Oh, yeah, we did. And we did nothing whatsoever to observe any physical and emotional abuse meted out to us as children. No matter what has been said about us, we are good and beautiful spirits, worthy of love and acceptance. I choose the path of healing, and I shall begin that healing by learning to love and accept myself. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I hope you guys don't mind that we're having such a hard time reading this, but next time I will make bigger. Oh my God.
My turn.
Okay, go for it. I'll take a drink.
Number 5. I will be good to the planet. The old wild mother is strong and forgiving, but we have treated her and her creatures badly. And our shabby, thoughtless treatment is straining her ability to heal herself. She needs our assistance and our love more than ever. And we can help her through this environmental and animal activism. Simplifying and recycling, organic gardening, and conservation, we can spend our money carefully and use it to vote no to pollution, pesticides, factory farming, strip mining, excess packaging, and the plundering of the wilderness and her creatures. We can make a difference, and it's one of the most magical things that we can do.
When you think about it, we can make a difference because the crones are probably one of the largest segments of society.
Consumers.
And consumerism for
Yeah.
sure. With the money to spend now that we didn't have in the 50s and 60s.
And number 6 says, I will try to live cheerfully with my medical condition and be joyful and learn any and all of the lessons which my illness may have to teach me. If you have an illness.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And I'll leave the last 3 for you. How's that?
I will be tolerant of other beliefs and open to other beliefs. In the words of Morgan in the Mists of Avalon, it is all one, and all life-affirming paths to the divine are valid. I will not proselytize. That's funny. Neither will I criticize or judge the religious paths of others. I will be open to other teachers and belief systems, and I will share what little wisdom I have with others if they ask me to do so. I will remember that a life lived simply is beautiful. I will not worry about possessions, and I will rejoice in the natural beauties around me. The fragrance of flowers, the sound of wind in the wood trees, the taste of wild honey, the companionship of my clan and my animal families. From time to time, I will do magic as the village wise women and healers of old did, without robes, tools, and complex preparations, but with a profound connection to the earth and deep respect for all that moves on it. I will learn to rest in the arms of the old wild mother and let it all go. I am a part of the glorious eternal dance, the great cosmic cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and I have nothing to fear. I will live my life quietly and with great joy, whether life be short or long. Finally, I will express myself from time to time. I will spontaneously break into ecstatic dancing and howling at the moon. Once in a while, I shall free to be stubborn, curmudgeonly, and downright obscene if it required for any reason. I shall also feel free to kick butt. That's so cute. Those are actually all very good.
They're very good. And they're also definitely crone things, because people in the maiden form or in the motherhood section, they're not going to do those things.
They're not going to do those things. They don't have time to do things.
No,
Mothers.
no. It's
Marilla, I love the kick butt, and I will kick butt when I need to.
Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So basically, a Crone's wisdom is all of our life experiences. And those of us that are Crones, we need to share our stories. We need to have community like this one.
Yeah. But
where we
we've
can
learned
share.
so much. And like I said earlier, what good is knowing all this and learning all this if we don't share it so other people can know it?
That's
Secondhand
right.
learning is a good thing.
Well, it works for me.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. You want to throw some cards?
Okay.
I think we got some time.
Okay.
Anybody want some cards? Want us to read some cards? Oh, let me say, please go like and subscribe if you haven't. We'd appreciate it.
And thumbs up. And thumbs up.
Click that thumbs up, please. We're not doing our usual show on Saturday this week. We will be doing a show on Sunday, and that is Scott Allen, Spiritual Essence. He hadn't been on for a while, and we love Scott, and we can't wait to see him back. So, and then Tuesday, we're going to be doing a show on raising our frequency. So, woo! We got quite a bit coming up. Okay, let me get some people starred. I got Marilla first. I'll put her up. And then White Dragon and Teresa and Jay and Albertine. Okay, I got you. Already got you, Marilla. I got you on the yes for some reason. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do one cards today because I'm using this new deck, Seasons of the Witch, and I really don't know it very well. So I'm going to do that. It's a Samhain Oracle, Halloween Oracle, and it's pretty interesting. In fact, I pulled a card for our show today, and I got the spider. And the spider is the ultimate manifester. And it was all about planting your seeds and letting them grow and not obsessing about what it is that you want, just putting it out there and taking care of business. Because she spins her web and then she just waits for the powers to be to give her whatever. Yeah. And that's how she lives. So spiders are master manipulators. I think manifestors. I thought that was very cool. And good for all of us to know because we all obsess.
They're in no hurry.
Okay. If you're ready, go ahead.
For Marilla. Okay. Well, it says, and it goes along with it, with this show, it says, find or be a mentor.
Oh, I love that.
Be a mentor. And take a break from all the stuff that you're doing in society, Facebook or whatever, okay? And commit your soul, your spiritual growth. Commit yourself to your spiritual growth, and you will grow if you are a mentor.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you have no choice. You will grow.
I think you learn as much as they learn.
Or maybe more.
I pulled the Elders card. Birth from seed within the belly of the moon. They are the wise felt touches over our heart and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. Elders are wise. They are the ones who have lived and experienced more ups and downs. Crones. Right. Twists and turns than the rest of us. Elders were the storytellers and keepers of knowledge. They were the ones we sought in turmoil and who would bring us as we wept from the unfairness life can bring. They had compassion for us, but sage advice drawn from the decades of their experience. Sounds like a crone to me. That is pretty cool. So it's just saying this, basically the same thing. You're an elder now. Share your gifts, share your knowledge. I think that's beautiful. Okay, let's see who else. Oh, you're welcome, Marilla. Let me get down to stars. And there's White Dragon.
Yep.
Only white witches around here, that's for sure, White Dragon. He says he likes good witches.
He likes what?
Good witches.
Of course.
Heather and I used to work on this little old man that was a real how do you say that word? Curmudgeon?
Yes, curmudgeon.
Very whatever that word is. I cannot say today. But he was had a lot of heart disease, and we found out that we could clear veins and arteries. And so we worked on him for several years. And this was in BFE, Texas. And he was really not a very nice man from what I understood, but he loved us. He adored us. He'd bring us presents. He was just the sweetest thing. I mean, like, not bought presents, but things from his wife. He was adorable to us.
Mhm.
But he was a curmudgeon.
Yeah. He
Why did I
didn't have a very good reputation.
But we were his little witches. He called us witches, which kind of freaked me out in Texas, being called a witch. Out in the country in Texas. I'm not sure I like that, but we were his little witches. He thought that was hilarious.
Yep. And he was never late. Man,
Never.
he was there for his appointment.
He
No
was
matter what.
always there for his appointment.
Yep.
Okay, I got mischief.
You want to go ahead?
Are you ready? You go.
But yeah, but you go ahead if you're ready.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Well, I have renewal. And it says review your past, review your future, your present, so you can plan what you want for a bright future. Understanding your life purpose is essential. Okay. Release any judgments from yourself or others. Just plan it to be what you want it to be. Okay. No judgment of yourself or others, and you'll be just fine. Make life happy for you.
All right. Well, I got, like I said, mischief, and it says keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there's something trailing behind your tail.
Look at your past.
Mischief. It's just saying there is some mischief abounding around you, and that you need to keep your sight keen, and your friend Michael at your back. At your back. Because mischief is being created out there, and it's not by you.
Yes.
And Teresa's next. Whoops. I know you love trouble, White Dragon. Because it's always there.
And it's really, really good that you are friends with Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go back to Teresa. All righty. Let's see what we've got for you, Miss Teresa.
Well, it's time for you, Teresa, to reward yourself for all your hard work. Yep.
Sounds
You're
good.
doing your thing happily and successfully. That's great. And you are cherishing your time alone. So that's great. Like I said, it's time to reward yourself. You've been doing great. Okay.
I know this is a good one. Ooh, you might as well treat yourself because you got the pumpkin. Uncaging the spirit within, thou fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. If the key words are protection, fertility, and prosperity. I love that.
Yep.
Pumpkins have been a tradition for Samhain for hundreds and hundreds of years. Jack-o'-lanterns were carved to scare away the ghosts and goblins that were used to roam the streets. Carving jack-o'-lanterns originally began with a variety of root vegetables from turnips to potatoes. Pumpkins became the preferred method for the abundance of space for carving, and there was always plenty left over to fashion into dinner, desserts, and even drinks. The pumpkin is more than a scare tool for the witch, however. It's a symbol of protection, fertility, and abundance. The pumpkin represents the power of the womb, so it's no surprise that its color corresponds with that of the sacral chakra, and its size is symbolic of prosperity and having enough to go around. You have pulled pumpkin today because you are protected and safe from harm. There is a presence around you keeping the scary things away from your front door. You can rest easy knowing that your back is guarded. This card can also mean taking some steps to keep negative people out of your life. If you need to. Let go of what no longer serves. But pumpkin is a great card. Prosperity. Well, I don't want fertility, so I'm going to go with the prosperity. Right?
No, we're crows. We're past motherhood.
We're past that fertility stuff. Okay, Miss J. Our little niece.
Well, I have 8 of spring. And basically what it says is that you do have some stress because you've got so many things going on. And everything's happening at once. And it is stressing you a little bit. But you are a successful multitasker. So you'll get through it okay. And don't be surprised if there are sudden events or changes that come along with it. I mean, it's just you're doing so much. You can't expect anything else. But you are a good multitasker. So you'll be all right.
I got the frog. May the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. Butterflies are often what comes to mind when we think of transformation, but let us not forget frogs are also a symbol of transformation, going from a tadpole that lives in the water to a frog that adapts to land and water. For some species, this process takes a couple of weeks. For others, it can take months and even a year. When frog comes croaking, know that you are transforming or the process will begin soon. This is a positive transformation, not the sort of dramatic transformation one might expect with the Banshee card. This transformation is easygoing, so much so that you may not even know it's happening. It's a subtle shift that occurs in the background until one day you realize things are different. There's nothing you need to do to move this change along. Like the frog, your higher self will take over and guide you through instinct. You need only pay attention to the urges you feel and follow those urges when they strike. Wow, beautiful. And be patient. I didn't know frogs were so awesome. Brilliant. Okay. And next we have Albertine. Albertine's the last one I have. If
Okay.
if I haven't starred you or called your name and you want a reading, please let us know. I feel like we should have background music.
Hmm?
I feel like we should have background music when we're shuffling.
Do, 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 do. Okay, you have the King of Autumn, and there are keywords along with him, and so it doesn't have to be male, but compassion, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. And because you have all these qualities, you need to be assertive when you know that it's right. Don't be afraid to stand up and say your piece, okay? Because everything's going your way. And I don't know if you're on the top of the line or the lower part of the line of a company, but you would be a good person to work for because you do see others and you understand what they're doing. So that's, and like I said, you're compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, gifted. So when you know something's right, don't be afraid to stand up, say it. Okay.
I love it. Marilla says Jeopardy music.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I love it. Got divination. Take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light.
Yeah.
Keywords are guidance, reflection, and insight.
And you have that.
Cards, tea leaves, coffee, clouds, candlelight, flowers. There are dozens of ways to embrace the art of divination, a practice used to seek guidance from the divine and part of a witch's toolkit for centuries. It is a beautiful practice that can help you see beyond what is immediately in front of you. It can show you hidden dangers and gifts, provide new ideas, and shut down old ones. Divination is a way to seek the advice from the powers that be while also showing hidden dangers and truth. If you have pulled divination, you are being asked to explore your ability to receive guidance from the earth and the divine. It's time to go deeper into your practice, and you must learn to trust your own ability to feel your way into messages as well as your ability to interpret them. Sweet. This card also means there's a need to take more time to reflect. It can be easy to get lost in the day-to-day without taking time to process everything you've been through. Something as simple as pulling a single card every day, either in the morning or evening, can help you make sense of the events around you. It can help you to see the things that you've overlooked or consider something you would never have otherwise. And it talks about other forms of divination to try, like automatic writing, bone reading. I'm not sure about that. Candle reading, dreams, flower, herb divination, numerology, palmistry, runes, scrying, whichever Albertine that resonates with you. It's just saying start putting a little divination in your daily practice. I think that's nice. I think that's good. And we have peace, love, and liberty. I love that. You bet. Okay. If you guys didn't see our show with Carrie O'Donnell, we talked about her 2020 project where she's doing a documentary of other people's lives, what they went through in 2020. And it was a good show. And I can't wait for her documentary. And I'm going to participate. I'm going to submit the information and some photos and things that I picked up out of my journals that I was writing that year. So hopefully she'll find it interesting and put it in a documentary.
Yeah.
But she's asking for volunteers. So if you're interested, go to tarotsoulwriter.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you sign up for it. You don't have to have a YouTube channel or anything. You can just be a people.
Yeah.
Just a regular
Do
people.
an interview and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I got the 9 of Springs for you for peace, love, and liberty. Okay, and you want to protect the fruits of your labor. This is the card. It's hard to see with all the colors and everything. You want to be sure that you're always prepared for a challenge. Somebody's liable to say, "Oh, how do you know that?" You know, stuff like that. And there are challenges that lie ahead. So make sure that you are prepared. And of course, everybody in this group is environmentally conservative. So that's good. But protect the things that you've been doing. They're worth protecting.
Cool. I got the dark moon. In the dark of your heart lives new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. Wow, that's pretty profound. The dark moon. Keywords, new beginnings and letting go. Let me read. The dark moon is a time of setting intentions and welcoming new beginnings. It is the beginning of the moon cycle and represents a chance to start afresh with new and renewed energy. The dark moon is the last stretch of darkness before the rise of the dawn, or in this case, the moon. It represents hope, better days to come, and an easier road to travel. This period supports visualizing and is a great time to expand your mind. Use this time to dream without thinking about the limitations of life. What do you want to create in your life? What goals do you want to manifest? Think big. The bigger, the better. Think as if you had a magic wand that would grant your every wish, so no matter the cost or energy required. If you are holding the dark moon card, know that there is always a chance to start again. Your situation may seem like the end of the road, but it is not, especially for those who know the power of spirit. You must have hope even when things seem too hard to bear. There's always a new moon just a few weeks away, and there will always be a new opportunity waiting for you as well. It may not come as quickly as you like, but hope is a powerful force and will set things in motion for you. I like that card. New moons, dark moons. Interesting. I believe that's it, girl.
Well, I did pull a card for the collective, and I was kind of surprised.
Hi, Janet C.
The card was the Hermit. And the Hermit, find or be a mentor. Take a break from society and commit to your spiritual growth.
Oh, that's good.
That's what we were talking about today.
I got the rebirth card. Let's see what it has to say. There's death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. I don't know. Let's see what it says. I cannot see these numbers. Rebirth represents an awakening after a difficult period. Ooh, I like that. We all must face our storms and know the storm will pass. Eventually, you will find clear skies and feel the warm sun on your face again. Rebirth is the process of unfolding yourself after a storm. It's when your spirit has a chance to take a deep breath and stretch. It is about rediscovery. All that troubled you has burned away, and now you can face a new life that is waiting to bless you with new adventures and lessons. Sweet. I like that one too. Everybody, thank you for being here today. Do me a favor and send some peace to the Middle East. Send some unconditional love and healing light to the Middle East. We have a situation, and that's just the way it is.
And
All we can do is send love to everybody involved. And thank you so much for being here. We love each and every one of you, and it makes my week to spend the day with you. I love this community. I love how supportive you guys are, and appreciate you all.
you are absolutely the best reason to have a show.
It really is. They really are. So thank you again for being here. Tell your friends about us if you like us. Share with thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. And we'll be back on Sunday this week with with Scott Allen.
Yes.
And same time, same place. And until then, have a wonderful week.
Have a great.
And we'll see you next
Take
time.
care of yourselves.
Shine your light.